This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for April 26, 2023, deadly two-vehicle crash in St. Thomas. 2 people are presumed dead and 8 others have been hospitalized following a two-vehicle collision in St. Thomas on Tuesday evening. The crash occurred about 6:40 along a section of the Southern Coastal Highway between Albion and Grand Span. An eyewitness said the vehicles were traveling in opposite directions along a section of the roadway that was closed to vehicular traffic due to the work taking place on the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. A team from the Yallis Fire Department had to cut some passengers from the wrecked vehicles.
I was saying to myself that these two vehicles don't see that they're about to collide, or they don't see each other light. But due to the corner of the road, probably the vehicle that was coming towards Yallis, probably he misinterpreted that the vehicle should be on the right side. That he think that he's the only one breaking the rule.
2 Toyota Probox motor car head on, resulting in 8 passengers and the 2 drivers from both vehicles. All were injured and rushed to the KPH and Princess Margaret Hospital respectively. At this time, we cannot say the condition of the persons who are injured.
Teachers angered by delay in salary payment. Frustration is boiling over among public school teachers over the continued delay in the payment of their salaries. Lysandra Harrison, president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, reported on Tuesday that thousands of teachers from all over the island have not received their salaries for April, and to date we have not received any communication to my knowledge saying that payment will be delayed yet again. The JTA president characterized the delay as a show of blatant disrespect for the educators and another month of punishment for the teachers of this nation. She said only one Bursa-paid school in Ochiria St. Anne had so far indicated that the teachers had received this month's salary. Mrs. Harrison added that the lack of communication from the government on the delay has only served to heighten the frustration of the teachers. As a result, she said individual teachers will assess their financial situation and act accordingly.
We are getting reports from all over the island, St. Catherine, Manchester, Kingston, Westmoreland. The teachers have not been paid, and to date, we have not received any communication, to my knowledge, saying that payments will be delayed yet again. Another month of punishment for the teachers of this nation. We're just not fathoming what is happening, why it is there is such scant regard, this gross disrespect for the educators of this nation. It leaves only for us to ask the question, is this not effort of punishment towards the teachers? Our monies last us from time we get paid until week 2. And even coming out of the compensation review, because several discrepancies, several teachers went home with not their correct monies. Those have not been treated with today. So many teachers did not go home with their correct salaries. Some teachers, I'm sure, will assess their personal situation. And like the good public servants and nation builders that we have always been, where persons can, they make their way. Persons who are unable to make their way, then that is their situation. They will have to assess and they will make the decision that is in their best interest and that of their families.
In response to the latest development, the parliamentary opposition has criticized the government over its failure to meet the payroll of teachers for a second consecutive month. Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson told the news that he is very concerned about this turn of events.
Last month, we had thousands of teachers who had to wait days and weeks after payday. We have another situation where many teachers and other public servants have not been paid. It is utterly disrespectful that there has been no communication whatsoever from the government to indicate that there are difficulties in meeting the payroll so that people can plan. We seem to forget that there are thousands of civil servants who live paycheck to paycheck. And if they don't get the paycheck on time, they simply can't put food on the table, they can't pay the rent, they can't send their children to school. The government must do better than this.
Cattle farmer killed in St. Elizabeth. Investigators on Tuesday afternoon were searching for those involved in the murder of a cattle farmer in St. Elizabeth. 62-year-old Vernon Smith of Vineyard District, Black River, was found murdered at his home. The body was discovered in a pool of blood with bullet wounds sometime after 8 o'clock. No motive has been established for the killing. St. Catherine man pleads guilty over missing gun. A St. Catherine man yesterday pleaded guilty to neglect in relation to his lessened firearm going missing. Dean Dixon, who was charged with a breach of duty to secure and store a firearm and ammunition, is to be sentenced on July 7. His bail was extended by Parish Court Judge Nicole Kellier. In court yesterday, Dixon admitted that he could not account for the whereabouts of his gun. The court heard that on April 1, he was at home when he realized that his Glock 17 pistol, along with 17 rounds of ammunition, was missing. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Dixon was subsequently charged with breaching the Firearms Act. JCF gets 400 body-worn cameras. At least 400 body-worn cameras have been deployed to members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force as the government moves to use technology to lessen the time it takes to resolve complaints against the police. In his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament Tuesday afternoon, Minister of National Security Dr. Harris Chang said that the government will be acquiring another 1,000 body-worn cameras during the current fiscal year. New uniforms for members of the JCF are also to be rolled out to accommodate the body-worn cameras. There was a big controversy about police officers wearing body cams. The police were never against body cams, but the old uniforms could not carry a body cam properly, Chang said. When the police officers went out and the cameras flipped over, they said the policeman was being dishonest. It just was not designed to carry a body camera, he further explained. In a wide-ranging presentation, Chang told the members of the House of Representatives that the long-awaited forensic pathology autopsy suit will be completed this year. He argued that with a quality forensic institute, law enforcers will be able to obtain the required forensic evidence to prosecute alleged criminals. Meanwhile, Chang reported that the service provided at the Criminal Records Office has been greatly improved. He said that persons no longer stand in long lines since the digitization of the police certificate application process, which has been upgraded to a multi-biometric identification system. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.